Good morning, guys. Welcome back. This is OG Silver Stacker. Today is July 8th, 2026, and it's around about 9 o'clock. Actually, 9:09 exactly. So, today, the crude is up, Brent is up, natural gas is up, gold is up. Oh no, gold is down. Silver is down. Copper is down. And the reason is this guy, I guess, Mr. Trump. He said that, I guess, he's done with Iran. So, anyways, we can discuss the prices, which is silver is 59.06. That's not that bad. And Trump is done with Iran war or Iran negotiation. And I personally think he's just bluffing. Maybe it was old. It was yesterday. Maybe it's like it's Taco Tuesday yesterday. So I personally think he's bluffing. Like always, U.S. is in a bad situation in terms of Iran, and Iran is gonna keep stalling these negotiations, and because it's in their favor. Iran is basically, mm, if it keeps that region, you know, active, the prices or the insurances will go up for these ships, and they would rather pay Iran than to pay the insurance companies. Same thing with these countries, UAE, especially, and in Saudi Arabia already they are having back channel diplomacies with them. So Iran is winning anyways, so they don't need to negotiate. And at the same time, U.S. really needs to, come up with that 35 to 40 billion dollar, which is according to some report that they end up spending Iran invasion part two of 2026, and now it's going to show up in their budget deficit, and they have to explain it. For that, he's trying to sell, and I guess he's not a very good salesman. He's trying to sell these F-35s to Turkey. And yesterday I was watching the news, and they said that he picked up the sanctions from Turkey. But that being said, it's just you know. Uh, Gimmicks. They all know that those F-35s are, worth nothing, because I personally think Iran has figured out a way. There was a report that the F-15, which was down, the pilot said afterwards that he saw a mothership, like a drone, a big drone, and then the tentacles, it looked like a jellyfish, because there were smaller drones underneath it, which were probably tethered or like wired with the mothership. So electronic warfare wasn't basically working with on those drones. So Iran has probably figured out the way, and they use the heat sensors to pinpoint the planes, and then they use these minefield sort of jellyfish drones to hunt for these planes. And even if they had to use like 500 drones for the smaller drones to hunt these planes, they're still cheaper, at least 100 times cheaper. So I feel like US is in the bad situation. So let's take a look at the chart, because I really wanted to show you that what people are selling out there. So basically, I have silver chart here, and someone was telling me yesterday that, okay, you know what, you see these, and this is a hourly chart for silver. So he's saying that these bounces, one, two, three. After the third bounce, it was supposed to go all the way to 100. And the reasoning behind it is, like, everyone who was supposed to sell at this point, which is 55, they have already sold. Uh, Again, people wanted to sell, they sold. At this point, 57, whoever wanted to sell, they sold at 57, 58. Then here at 59.60, they sold, and now market is out of steam to sell. So according to their logic, it was supposed to go up, but no, it didn't. It started coming down, and that shows you the manipulation. That even the logic does not stays put in this market. So that's why I don't trust on these charts. But again, it shows you that, like for example, here in Bitcoin, it's the reverse. Here it's a daily chart, and you can see lower and lower lows. Basically, it's showing that whoever was supposed to buy here, they have bought, and it went down. Then people try to buy and buy, and then it went down again, and now it's a third wave of people trying to buy, and it will go down. And according to that logic, it should go to all the way 30,000, not 30,000, but here, these are my levels, 58,000. But that being said, um, in the war front, I think it's not only Iran, and US is facing Chinese technology, and they facing Russian cooperation with Iran too. And Iran has a lot of borders with different countries, so it could be Uzbekistan, or it could be Pakistan for that matter, right, or Afghanistan. But that being said, it's a losing war because it costs U.S. more to defend the Strait of Hormuz than Iran to block it. So that being said, sooner or later, everything is going to come together, and I feel like it's going to be around about October. It will be a perfect storm, and that Netanyahu will be back after a few, after September, and it's right before the midterms, and at that time, uh, Trump is going to say, okay, fuck it, let's do whatever you want to do with Iran, and then uh, Netanyahu is going to do like a half-ass job, and by like next year February, things will be more clear. So I feel like there will be chaos after October in the market, and it will come back. In, I guess few months by February. So that being said, back in the market, there's nothing much going on. Um, Basically, Mr. Kevin, uh, what's his face? Kevin Walsh has capitulated. Now he's making the market feel like he's not going to do any cuts, which is that's what I thought. He's not going to do anything. He like if he can stabilize the market, that will be enough because soon there will be like there will be budget that needs to be passed, and then soon other expenses are coming too for US, especially the infrastructure and that bill that needs to be passed. But anyways, long story short, I don't feel that this like silver right now it's gonna go at any like it's gonna go and break the previous lows basically, which is 55 or 56 dollars. It's just a manipulated market. It's going up and down. And on daily, I don't even see that it's that bad. There's a still like there are a couple of percent drop that needs to be done, but it looks like it's hanging from the cliff. It's hanging for its life. So the charts usually just deceive you. They give you all these patterns that you think that you have read about them somewhere or it works or whatnot, but it doesn't. And that shows that there are AI or there are computers which are manipulating this market and making sure that they give you those signals that you're looking for, and then they take them away. So that being said, like eventually this whole thing is like the Ponzi-ness of this whole thing is going to collapse, and price is going to have like a you know, going to move upwards. And again, that could be as soon as like this week or next week the upturn. So, anyways, this is not a financial advice, so please don't take me on that. It's just something that I realized that I should share with you guys. It's Wednesday, and it's been a week that we talked, and people are worried about the market. So the third thing I wanted to talk to you about was U.S. debt clock. So yeah, this is the website called usdebtclock.org, and you can see right now it's $39 trillion that U.S. National debt is standing at. And I can tell you, I've been tracking this since I guess back in 2008. It was half of it. It was 10 trillion, and most of it was with the China, and China was like we owed China all this debt. But now China has less and less of it, and U.S. is selling more and more of it. And who's taking it? China is selling it mostly to African countries. And out of this debt, the funny part is that 100 billion dollar out of that debt is basically belongs to Tether, and Tether is again it's a mm, like a USD based coin, and they have a lot of treasuries which are for different time periods. So it's not like they're very liquid assets. So if something goes really bad in crypto, like in Bitcoin market, uh, then which could because of Michael Saylor and how much Bitcoin he has, there could be avalanche of especially the structure he has. It could create an avalanche of selling on his in his fund. So it's something to keep an eye on. I feel like Tether could lose a grip if crypto market goes down that bad, and that could reflect in U.S. Treasuries. And Trump is facing a lawsuit because he made like $1.2 billion or something on crypto trading, not trading, but like the coin he sold or his wife sold, uh, Trump coin. So, anyways, these are the few things I just wanted to talk to you guys about, and I wanted to give you hope that there's nothing out there that is actually affecting silver prices. So don't worry. There's no news. People are talking about Japan, Korea. Those are irrelevant to silver prices right now. What is going to affect silver is basically people's sentiment. Otherwise, demand is there just to make you more, feel better about the prices. Just go and Google, should I invest in gold, silver, or copper? And we'll tell you gold is basically banks buy them and it has a financial value and is a store of value. But silver has other uses 10 times or 100 times more than gold, than just the reserve asset. But it has both reserve asset value and at the same time it has real world value. But on the copper end, you don't have that. It does not have a reserve value, and at the same time, it's dependent on the construction, especially Chinese construction. So just Google that, and you will figure out that where silver should be and where is it going. It is definitely going to go touch this 120, and it's going to be similar to Bitcoin, trajectory. It's going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going to go up again. Like Bitcoin went to 17,000, then came back to 8,000, and then went to 20 or 45,000, and came back to I guess 30,000, went to 68,000, and then came back. So uh, then went back to 100,000, 120,000 here. So and then there will be like a crash in it, obviously. But in silver, we still have a lot of time. Probably 10 years before we get there. But anyways, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you next week, I guess. Take care. Bye.